All right, the story of us. Basically how Elaine saw me, wanted me, and would not take no for an answer. How we met.
And the real story is, are we really doing this?
Yeah, I mean that's the whole video. That's all.
Okay. Anyways, if you are interested in hearing the real truth in the way that Elaine gives it, I, myself, Elaine, stay tuned. There's more. Carry on.
So fast forward 2 weeks later. I'm teaching on the very information I was trying to give her, right? And somebody shows up late to the seminar.
Why do you always have to bring that out?
This is a part of the story.
Okay.
This is a piece that people need to know. They're late.
Okay.
And not only are they late, go ahead.
I considered myself respectfully late. I was respectful because I knew, see, you don't know what my day was already like. I had already come from another event. But anyway, coming from another event or something, I'm sure.
No,
and then
this was early in the morning. This was like 10 in the morning.
No,
yes,
it wasn't. It was in the evening when I left that church. It was dark.
No, it wasn't.
Eric, you're thinking of another event.
It was daytime.
Anyways.
It was daytime. This was a Saturday morning.
Believe me.
This was a Saturday morning. It was November the 27th.
We'll look at that calendar and we'll see.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull it up.
November the 27th of
November 27th of 1990 and 3.
Okay.
We're going to look at this right now.
Well, either way, if it was during the day, y'all were very long-winded because I didn't leave that church until the evening.
Okay, well, who was you there with? Because we left. Everybody left. Who was you there with? That's another conversation we need to be having. What was you doing at the church afterwards?
But yeah, no, I called myself
November 27th, Saturday.
You really going for this?
Oh, I went for it. People, I went for it. It was a Saturday, November 27th. I'm going to screenshot this so y'all can see because I'm going to put this, when I do the editing, I'm going to, how you do that?
Anyway, there's no need. Okay, so you're right, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But anyways... So yes,
Saturday morning.
It was a Saturday, but I was
exactly
respectfully late because, I mean, again,
11,
you know,
12 o'clock,
I was a single woman.
10.
I was about, you know, my business. I was, you know, just, you know, I had a lot going on. So anyway, when I showed up, you know, I decided consciously to sit in the back, being respectful of the speakers.
Well, at least come up to the back of where everybody is.
No, I was not going to disturb what was already taking place.
I was already teaching.
Attendance.
Yeah, I was already teaching. I was teaching. This lady comes in late and comes and sits like 5 or 6 rows back from the very back of the people. So now, as a speaker, you want to connect with everybody.
Is that what you want?
And she's like back in the back, and then she's laughing at everything that I think she wanted to be seen. She's laughing at everything, all these big eyes and teeth and everything.
First of all,
I could count her teeth.
First of all, how you know that I'm laughing?
As a speaker, you're scanning
like
your crowd,
rolling and everything that you said.
Speaker,
how do you know if you're not already watching?
As a speaker, you got to connect with your audience. You got to know your audience.
Paying attention to me
and pay attention to your audience.
He's paying attention to me.
I'm paying attention to everybody, and all I know is there's a distraction because all my people are here, and there's somebody back there with tall hair, and they going like this here and laughing and going on. That's all I can, and I can't help but look, right? So, you know, I'm like, okay, sister in the back, isn't it? But anyway, So after everything is over, everybody's come crowding around us, and we're talking, we're shaking hands, and you know we got the Bill Clinton thing going, right? And you know, well, matter of fact, he was in office during this time. So, no, not 93. He was running for office.
Okay.
No, he was in office. Yes, he was in office.
It's okay.
So he was doing. You know how they always said Bill Clinton made you feel like you were the only person in the room. I employed that. But there were others who wanted the attention to be directed to them, even though they were in the back of the crowd.
Listen. So remember the story that he started off with, saying that we met at my sister's wedding.
Was that a real meeting?
2 weeks prior. He was introduced to me.
Okay, introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and
normal.
so, you know, I mean, I had, you know, at that time, my boyfriend was at the wedding with me as well. He was there. So I was like, whoever this guy is trying to talk all of this and wah, you know, I was really not interested. So keep that in mind, right?
And I wasn't trying to hide.
Tab, that we had already met. We were already introduced to each other. So now we're at the event that he's speaking of on November the 27th. Now, this is after everybody's talking. I go up. I don't go to him first because I don't really know him. I met him. I was introduced to him. So we, you know, once you meet somebody, you cool, right? But I went to his mentors. I went to them and said, "Oh wow, this was a really great event. Oh, this was just you guys are doing remarkable," and so on and so forth. And then I turned, and before I leave, he's the other speaker. So of course, I had met him already. So I look at him. He looks at me. I'm expecting.
I see her in my peripheral, y'all. I didn't even look directly at. I'm scanning the. Yeah.
Anyways, we made eye contact. Now, if you are, this is a question for America. If you have been introduced to somebody and you go to a function 2 weeks later and you see that somebody that you met and were introduced to personally, and you see them, even if you're talking to somebody, right? What's courteous? The courtesy thing would be is to just, you could keep talking. Everybody telling you to just stop what you're doing, but you can look and you're like, okay, yeah, how you doing? And so and so and so forth. You wave.
Talking to somebody, that's rude.
You wave. Or you do this. Every brother, every man knows this move. You just did it.
Because I'm watching you, I know what you
know that move. You know that move. He could have did that then. He chose not to. So I left and I said, okay, I see. He stuck up.
We spoke afterwards.
No.
Once the crowd thinned.
No.
And there was room for you to come up. She wanted me to part the crowd so she could come and be, she gonna float up, I guess, like a Spike Lee movie. She gonna float up.
See, this is
and
all
she's
in
gonna
his,
speak.
This is
I'm
all
just saying. That's just what
Anyways.
was given off because we talked afterwards. How you doing?
What did you say to me?
I said, how you doing, Miss Elaine?
You called me Miss Elaine.
So how you doing, Miss Elaine?
The lies! The lies! He did not call me Miss Elaine, and I don't even remember.
No, because I didn't even know what we talked. I remember we talked.
Okay.
But it's just a speaking, and I couldn't remember your name because your name was not a name that I identified as a black woman's name. The Elaines I knew, where I grew up in New Caney, they were all not black. Okay. So I did not expect to meet a black Elaine.
And there I was.
And there she was. So we spoke, and she left and everything. And